Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. Make sure to get this podcast completely commercial-free, as well as the 2 bonus shows we do a week, and what in just days, Lewis, will be a 6-year archive of David Pakman Show programming by becoming a David Pakman Show member. Go to davidpakman.com/membership. And also, if you're interested in underwriting and sponsorship opportunities on the David Pakman Show, please contact me directly, david@davidpakman.com. Much controversy is rising now out of the Michele Bachmann Newsweek cover. And we have the image for our television audience. And this cover is leading, if you haven't seen it, you can see it online very, very easily.
I don't know why anyone would want to look at this. It might scar you for life.
Well, that's why the argument is being made that this was an image deliberately chosen to make Michele Bachmann look like a bug-eyed lunatic, which many people believe she is, and certain evidence suggests she actually might be. And the cover is leading to accusations of sexism against Newsweek from both sides of the political aisle. There are women's groups. Well, there are conservatives who are angry because they believe this is an anti-conservative thing. And then there are women's groups, which could be on either side of the spectrum or both, who are also saying that this is a sexist picture choice of Michele Bachmann. The cover shot does show Michele Bachmann staring very wide-eyed. She kind of appears to be slightly caught off guard, I think might be fair to say. I mean, I can't imagine she would have posed for the picture like this. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, hard to say.
You wouldn't put it past her to pose like this?
No, I wouldn't. But obviously after a normal photo shoot, someone will go through the pictures and pick the most flattering one. Here, I think it just might have been the least flattering.
The bold white headline on the image also reads, "The Queen of Rage." And Tina Brown is Newsweek's editor-in-chief, who is ultimately responsible for this picture, although certainly she wasn't the photographer. Fox News contributor Monica Crowley, who is a far-right individual, said the cover represents Newsweek's special kind of loathing for women conservatives. And then Terry O'Neill, who's president of the National Organization for Women, said it is sexist, adding that it's the combination of the snap of the photo of her eyes with her eyes very wide, people call it crazy-eyed, plus that huge label that they slap on as the Queen of Rage. Conservatives are, of course, worried that the liberal media, or in other words, they're not worried, but conservatives think that this is an attack because liberals are so scared of Michele Bachmann. I think that's a absolutely ridiculous premise. Do you think, Lewis, that liberals are scared of Michele Bachmann, so they need to put a bug-eyed picture of her on the cover of Newsweek?
I love Michele Bachmann.
You like her?
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be fantastic if Michele Bachmann was the Republican nominee. I really do.
That is the best possible outcome for this country, would Michele Bachmann being the nominee.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Democrats high up, the Democratic higher-ups, are really worried that Bachmann is more of a leader than Barack Obama, and therefore they need to plot to put this ridiculous picture of her on the cover of Newsweek? I don't think so.
I do think it's pretty clear to me that there was a motive here.
You think so?
For I don't know what it is for picking that picture, because nobody in their right mind who wanted to be doing Michele Bachmann a favor would pick that picture.
You know what? I would argue that this picture is accurately representative of Michele Bachmann. That's my point of view.
I agree.
And you think that the motive was...
And are you saying that's why that photographer, the editor, chose that picture?
No,
because
in other
they feel
words,
that it's an accurate representation of her?
I think when you use the term motive, there's an implication of subterfuge or some kind of foul play. In other words, there was motive in the sense that we can find motive for a murder. We can find some kind of hidden motive for this picture. I think Michele Bachmann has time after time said completely lunatic things. She is involved in a anti-gay therapy clinic, which is the recipient of federal funds. She refuses to comment on it. She constantly is saying bizarre things about history and the Constitution. She's a self-proclaimed constitutional expert when she doesn't know a thing about it. I think that this picture is representative of the kind of deer-in-the-headlights look that Michele Bachmann has in reality. And I think Newsweek picked the picture properly. I don't think it's about women, and I don't think it's about conservatives. I think it's about Michele Bachmann and what she has said over the years.
So what I said, they chose that picture because they feel it's an accurate representation of her.
But, which is different than saying that there's a motive that we can find, which is in some way meant to bring her down. I think that this is the right picture to be showing of Michele Bachmann.
Or that they just picked the picture because they think she's crazy and they want to make her look crazy.
Right.
I mean, would that be a motive or no?
It would be. I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
I think they are representing Michele Bachmann accurately with this picture.
I do agree.